அலைக்கும் பாருங்கள், சவுதி எம்பசிடர் வந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறாங்க.
Anniversary of All Sunnah Jamiatul Ulama according to a traditional lunar Hijri calendar. I welcome all of you for this occasion and thank you for your valuable participation. We as a nation who are known for our hospitality, where we work with the rest of the world by sharing our rich, diverse culture and natural beauty with mutual respect. We Sri Lankan, consisting of Buddhist, Hindus, Muslim, Christians and people of other faiths, are unitedly working towards a developed, peaceful, harmonious nation which is economically, spiritually and morally sound. At this critical juncture, where our country is undergoing a transition phase, we appeal to the members of the international community to have faith in us and extend unconditional brotherly support. I pray to Almighty on this occasion for a peaceful and prosperous world. May Almighty bless all of us. Thank you very much. Api hademu, rat hadamu, bomo stuti.
ඒ පිළිගැනීමේ කතාවෙන් පසු අපි දැන් යොමු වෙනවා ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංස්කෘතියත් එක්ක බැඳුණු විරිදු ගායනයට. මේ විරිදු ගායනය
මේලොව මතුලොව අධිපති අල්ලාහට අපි පුද මුද සියලු ප්‍රශංසා නිතරම බියමැතිමත් සිතින් යුතුව මොහම්මදානෝතුමාට සලවත් පවසමු නිතරම ශාන්තිය හා සමාදාන හිමි වේවා එතුමාට. අල්ලාහ්ගෙන් යදින්න නබි මග පිළිපදින්න, අල්ලාහ්ගෙන් යදින්න නබි මග පිළිපදින්න. ආරාධන පිළි අරගෙන සභාගමට පැමිණ සිටින සියලු දෙනා හද පතුරින් සාදරයෙන් පිළිගනිමි.
Possible assistance to underprivileged students while facilitating essential infrastructure facilities in order to create an effective learning environment. Over the past few years, nearly 38,000 students from 40 schools have benefited from this program across the country. And after school program, which is similar to Dahan Pass, known as Maktab, was conducted by ACJU based on syllabus outlines designed by Department of Muslim Religious Cultural Affairs. Quran says, we gave them
President's Council for his valued contribution to the fraternity of law, the Muslim community, the ACJU, as well as the nation at large for his valued contribution. Sir, we'd like your honored presence on stage to receive. A personality who has made philanthropic contributions in almost every sector in huge magnitude. So this is in recognition for his service to the nation and the community. For the recognition, Sheikh Ur-Rahmania ACM Jifri, he is a well-known Islamic scholar for his contribution to the Islamic academy. He has paved the way for the creation of many ulamas, and this is a recognition for his contribution. For her contribution to the ACJU, the nation, and in fact humanity at large through her social services, and in fact her contribution was immense in the obtaining of the land that the ACJU head office is currently being situated at. So they Thank you very much, madam. Without further ado, we move into the next item of the agenda, which is the launch of the stamp in commemoration of the 100-year celebration of the ACJU. And the other dignitaries to please return to their seats. We'd like to request the President, Secretary and Treasurer of the ACJU to remain on stage for the ceremonial launching of the commemoration stamp. And to join us on stage, we would like to invite Honorable Minister of Mass Media, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, Mr. Shanta Bandara, Honorable State Minister of Mass Media, Mr. Anusha Kalpita, Secretary, Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. SRW MRP Sat Kumara, Acting Postmaster General, Mr. Rajita K. Ranasinghe, Deputy Postmaster General Operations, Mr. WKS Sisira Kumara, Deputy Postmaster General Western Province South, Mr. LGN De Silva, Director, Philatelic Bureau, and the other officials of the Ministry of Mass Media and Postal Department to grace the stage for the ceremonial launch of the commemorations. Lunar years since the formation of the ACJU, and it is indeed something to be remembered and noted. So ladies and gentlemen, now to grace the occasion of the launch of this commemoration stamp, may I take the privilege and honor of inviting our chief guest this morning, His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe. Ladies and gentlemen, please we welcome him on stage. සමස්ත ලංකා ජමියතුල් උලමා සභාවේ සිය වසරක ගමන සනිටුහන් කරමින් මේ සිදුවන්නා වූ මුද්දර නිකුතුව ඉස්ලාමීය ආගමික විද්වතුන්ගේ සේවා ආවර්ජනය මෙම උත්සවයේ තේමාව බවට පත් වී තිබෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ අවස්ථාවේ ගරු අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ අතින් මේ මුද්දර නිකුතුව සිදුවන ආකාරයයි ඔබ මේ වේදිකාවේ දකින්නේ. බොහොම ස්තුතියි. ඉතින් මේ අප අවස්ථාව කරගන්නවා ගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමාව ආරාධනා කරන්න ඔහුගේ කතාව වෙනුවෙන්. ඉතින් ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Honorable His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Socialist.
Honorable and Venerable the Mahanayaka Swamin Wahanse and the members of the Buddhist clergy, Venerable the members of the Hindu clergy, the members of the Muslim clergy, and Venerable the members of the Christian clergy, Honorable the Speaker, members of Parliament, JU. First and foremost, I must apologize for jumping the queue. I was due to speak last, but I told the organizers, especially the President, that I cannot do so as I have to go in to swear in 2 new ministers. And I don't think they were going to wait till I'm going to finish this whole meeting. I will especially listen to the speech of your President of the Association. I must commend him for the ideas that he expressed. The ACJU now is commemorating its 100th year, the centenary. You have remembered the start in 1922 when the world was undergoing a vast transformation after World War I. which included the abolition of the Caliphate. And there was in India a big movement to restore the Caliphate. But in Sri Lanka, we also formed the ACJU at the same time, as to what was going to be the center of Muslim thought and of theology, which was the debate that has gone on. So today, we are still faced with some of the issues that were there that time. Firstly, we are in a different world where there are about 150 nations that were not there in 1922. Only Islam, but all religions are looking at what is the essence of our religion. What is the pure meaning of our religion? And how do we connect it with the modern world? Now this is an issue that all of us face. But it does not mean that the religion can go back to the past. The essence of religion must apply to the past, to the present and to the future. A good example is Buddhism. When Lord Buddha preached Buddhism on the banks of the Ganges, a hydraulic civilization which has one of its foundations, Buddhism. So we did not reject hydraulic civilization because it was not there in the time of Gautama the Buddha. And look at the future. Past is useful to look at what is the essence of our religion. Because no religion is a religion of hate. It can't be a religion of hate. And it must have compassion. And especially for Islam, those who preach otherwise, a religion which at that time, the last of the great religions, which acknowledge the same God as the Jews and the Christians, cannot be by any means a religion of hate. The recognition of Moses and the recognition of Christ and recognition of the Prophet doesn't mean it was a religion of hate. It was a religion of advancement. What Islam did, what Prophet Muhammad did, was to carry that message further. So we must not make any religion a religion of hate, but look at the essence of how we can live together and how we can each look at the religion of others. Each religion will try and must assessment of the Muslims. Don't allow that. That's all that I have to say. Now you have done your 100th year, we are facing our 75th year. After most of our time has been spent in fighting each other. I think now is the time for reconciliation and Sahajivan. So we started by talking to the Tamils, the Sri Lankan Tamils, to look at what are the issues, how do we move towards reconciliation. And that first step has been taken and we are meeting the party leaders again. We have made a lot of progress in the discussion. Then I don't know why Mr. Mano Ganeshan is staring at me, because we will also start discussions on how we integrate the hill country Tamils with the rest of the society. We have to accept they have come on lately. The other ethnic groups, religious groups are integrated into it. They haven't got the benefits of that integration. We have to integrate fully. And the third one is I want to have a discussion also. We must all have a discussion with the Muslim community of the problems you all face. What are the issues you face now? I think one of the good examples, you take 2018, the Digana riot, we have to talk about it. And you have to talk about 2019, the Easter bombs. All those have to be taken over. What led to this? What are the issues? The issues that the Muslims in Colombo face are quite different from the issues that are faced by Muslims southeast of Sri Lanka or the Mana Muslims. And how does it relate to what we are talking about, the Tamils, hill country Tamils, Sri Lankan Tamils and the Sinhalese. So let us discuss those, come up with your grievances, the social backwardness that you feel. There are so many issues. I think it's the time, once we do this, that will be the third reconciliation act. And that's not all. We'll have a discussion among the Sinhalese also. There are groups that are affected. Some are affected by caste, some are hemmed in, society doesn't accept them. So there are many differences there among the problems among the Sinhalese. This is why I want to establish the Social Justice Commission, which will also look at these long-standing issues. So therefore, I would ask the ACJU, which has been very forthright in discussing the issues, to join with other Muslim groups and let us, as the third phase of it, discuss the issues of the Muslim community. So one by one we resolve one group and go to the other. I have not taken up those discussions together because each one discusses their problem and wants us to give priority to them, so we won't resolve any issue. I thought it's different, we'll go one by one. So in the 75th year that we will all look at becoming Sri Lankans and how we live in the country. And then look at the next 25 years. What are we going to do in the next 25 years? One institute we are starting in the Institute of History, which can
encouraging and bringing a lot of hope to all of us. And we take this moment to hand over this memento of appreciation. For that we have Ashaik Mufti MIM Rizvi, the President of the ACJU, as well as the General Secretary of ACJU, Ashaik M. Arkam Nuramit. We also have with us the Treasurer of ACJU, Dr. A.A. Ahmed Azwar. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And ladies and gentlemen, due to other prior appointments, Mr. President will be having to leave the arena to attend to his next events as he proceeds. So we thank him once again for his valued presence this morning. And we also move in for a memento presentation to our Honorable Speaker. So we kindly invite once again the President, Secretary and Treasurer of the ACJU to be on stage as we welcome Honorable Speaker of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardene. Sir, we would like you to accept this memento for your kind presence this morning. You invite him to make his guest speech right now. Over to you, sir.
Individually mention all dignitaries. We use the term commemoration of the 100 years of the ACJU, the All Ceylon Jamiatul Ulama. Coming from South Africa, we have the added dimension which brings in its wake great potential, and we pray that that potential must be fulfilled in both the countries. Also, it brings about challenges of poverty, growth, unemployment and infrastructure. We are further living in a world
பரம்பரை பிரார்த்தனை செய்து சைவ சமய மக்களின் சார்பிலே நமது மகிழ்ச்சியையும் பாராட்டுக்களையும் பகிர்ந்து உங்கள் அனைவருடைய நற்பணிகள் மேன்மேலும் சிறக்க வேண்டும் என பிரார்த்தித்து மகிழ்கின்றோம். நன்றி.
To be associated with the All Jamiatul Ulama, especially as they celebrate their 100th anniversary. Traveling through 100 years in the history of a nation is a very significant and a unique opportunity that they will in this country. We pray that God will bless them mightily and use them for His purpose in this country and all over the world. And we pray that we will be able to partner with them continuously and build a wonderful nation in our eyes. Thank you.
Which is filled with natural resources, is known as the paradise of Asia. And it is also decorated by the multi-ethnic and cultural composition which adds to the beauty of the island. Muslims too. Historical records bear evidence that the trade relationships between Sri Lanka and the Arab world spans over 4,000 years, as it was the business hub of the Silk Route. 300 years. Through the engagement and contributions to the patriotism exhibited by the Muslims in fighting against the foreign invaders was appreciated by the kings and were honored with religious freedom and were also appointed as royal advisors. The natives were impressed by the characteristics of the Arab Muslims and engaged in marital relationships. Is also undeniable. In 1924, which corresponds to the Hijri year 1344, 58 Islamic religious scholars of Sri Lanka gathered at Bajatul Ibrahimiyya Arabic College in Colfort and established the Old Ceylon Jamiatul Ulama. Being incorporated under an act of parliament, the ACJU is currently strengthened with a membership base of more than 8,000 religious scholars, operating island-wide through 24 district and 163 divisional branches, while maintaining its stand as an apolitical institute. Ulama in humanitarian service since 1924. It is significant to note the vision of building an exemplary and disciplined Muslim community enriched with its and citizen affairs, religious scholars affairs. The ACJU initiated teacher training programs for religious scholars in order to further develop the concept of Sri Lanka. The ACJU initiated several projects such as speaking community, clarification of misconceptions, establishing the concept of to you, a video regarding an important project which was undertaken by ACJU in order to eliminate misconceptions, mistrust and anxiety about Islam and the Muslim community, and to strengthen peace and harmony in our motherland. Let us protect our national heritage.
Samasta Lanka Islam Agamika Vidruthumge
To all the philanthropists who extended their helping hand towards this noble mission over the past 10 decades, the Old Ceylon Jamiatul Ulama in humanitarian service since 1924.
And supporting us and encouraging us as the ACJU commemorates 100 years of presence and yeoman service to the community. However, the next segment of the program will continue, and to